today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One of the first jobs I had, Robin, there was a guy there, an older guy. He's probably younger than I am now, but back then he was an older guy to me. And he was going on a vacation. And I said, well, have a good vacation. I said, I hope you have fun. He says, well, as long as Arthur lets me have a good vacation. And I said, oh, who's Arthur? He said, Arthritis. I hope Arthritis. I'm sure you ladies have heard this joke 100 times, but it's a true story. We're going to hear about arthritis. It's not a fun thing to have, but it's a fun word to say. Yeah, it is kind of loud in here, isn't it? Let's see, what do we have here? Erin Zimmer is joining us. Erin is here for the first time. She is a primary care provider with Family Care Specialist here in Ocala, and she is the guest of Lauren Debick. Lauren is new to us as well. Lauren is the Manager of Marketing Communications at Ocala Health. And, of course, Suzanne Santangelo is here with her beautiful hair. I made her feel my hairy face, Robin.
Oh, you did?
I did. I did.
Red burn.
It's new. This is new. I'm trying something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that scruffy
It
look.
looks horrible.
Yeah.
But no, I'll keep it for a week or two. Anyway, Suzanne is the Director of Marketing at Ocala Health. And I've been going to Ocala Health. I don't know if you know that. Dr. Joviak has been helping me with my thing on my leg.
Oh, excellent.
Do you remember Dr.
Yes,
Joviak?
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah. She
Yes.
came in here.
Excellent.
And she remembered coming in here too.
Terrific.
I didn't recognize her right away. And then she said, you don't know who I am? No. I said, no. She said, I was in there. She sat right in that seat where Erin
Yeah.
sat. Oh, I don't have the camera on. Now the camera's on. There we go. Now, three pretty ladies. So, Erin.
Yes.
Welcome to radio.
Thank you.
So what is arthritis? Let's kind of define it first.
So there are different forms of arthritis. Osteoarthritis is what most people have, which
Osteo?
is it's a degeneration of the cartilage in the joints. Usually the hips, the knees, the thumbs are the most common. Then there are other arthritises such as rheumatoid arthritis. They're very, very different. Rheumatoid arthritis has a lot of systemic symptoms. You get fevers, pain everywhere.
Oh, really?
A lot of inflammation, sometimes rashes, and that requires pretty intense treatment because it will get progressively worse. Osteoarthritis is usually the result of many years of wear and tear.
Oh, really? Okay,
So that's the more common one. It doesn't come with a fever. It doesn't come with rash. It stays in the joints. It doesn't affect the entire body.
And are both types of arthritis, are they degenerative? Is that what you said?
Yes, but osteoarthritis is the degeneration of the cartilage in the joint.
Okay, and the other one is the degeneration of what?
It's almost more of your body attacking itself.
Oh, it's like what do you call autoimmune?
An
Is that what you call-
yes.
Oh, really? So is there a pill for that or an app or
There's
something?
a lot of medications for that. Usually they come from a rheumatologist.
Oh, okay.
Whereas osteoarthritis is managed more by the primary care providers.
And who do you mostly see? Which patient do you mostly see?
We see a lot of knee arthritis.
Knee.
Knee.
That's because we use our knees all the time.
We use our knees. We often weigh more than we should. And we've often had injuries.
She's looking at me, Robin. Sorry.
It's a wear and tear. So the joints that get the most wear and tear, the hips and the knees and the thumbs.
The thumbs. It's weird, the thumbs. What are we? Oh, because of the video games? We don't see.
Well, we use our thumbs for everything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what separates us from the rest of the world, right?
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The rest of
That's
creation,
what
I
makes
should
us
say.
superior, I guess.
Yes. You take that, you monkeys. You have your thumbs way up here. What's right? What's with that? Isn't that weird that they have the thumbs way up here? It's like, hello.
It is weird.
How do you hold a phone with this?
That's why they don't text.
Is that what a dew claw is on a dog? Is that a thumb? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know that.
It's a weird place to have anything.
Well, if people are diagnosed with the arthritis and that affects your knees and your hips, and then people have those knee operations or hip replacements, does the arthritis, is it still there, or are you able to get rid of it when you have the operation?
So when they replace the knee or the hip, they basically are taking out all the parts that have broken down and they're replacing them, so it's not really there anymore.
Oh, okay. And then can it come back?
Not in that joint, because you don't really have your own bones in that joint anymore. You have
Oh.
hardware.
Oh,
But
okay.
you can certainly get it in other joints.
Oh, okay.
Really?
That's interesting.
Is it replaced with something man-made, or do you have like dead people stuff in you?
It's man-made.
It's man-made. Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
good.
No
It's
dead
a-
people stuff in
Okay.
there.
But is it plastic when you say man-made?
No, they're a metal. It's a metal.
Metal.
Yes, it's quite interesting. The orthopedics do an interesting job, but when you see them on X-ray, they look like metal balls, and they've created a new hinge.
Really? And that would be
Ball and socket, right? Mm-hmm.
that's the knee? Oh,
Yes.
that's the hip.
The hip is a ball.
Oh, that's
yes.
the hip. Okay.
socket.
And it's really quite interesting to see on X-ray. But they do inject some things that are. There is a gel injection they do
Uh-huh.
that is a hyaluronic acid. It actually comes from a rooster comb. So that red part on
A
the top
rooster
of the
comb.
rooster head.
Really?
And it's a gel. So after you have osteoarthritis, you kind of lose the natural lubrication within the joint.
Uh-huh.
And so it grinds, it sticks, it hurts. And so sometimes before you get to the point of needing a replacement,
Right.
they will inject you with this gel, and it basically lubricates the
How
joint.
did they ever figure this out?
I have no idea.
My brother has roosters. This is a new entrepreneurial idea for him.
Now think about that. They must have been saying, this guy's knee hurts. There's a rooster. Why don't you grind up that thing and see if it'll help?
I don't know who finds these things. There's some interesting things.
Isn't it really? It's an amazing world, isn't it?
It is.
So do you see relief right away when you get the procedure done, or is it a long time coming before it feels better?
So usually when you first start with osteoarthritis, we send you to physical therapy and we put you on oral medications, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications to try and manage things, because nobody wants to jump into a surgery. And you do that as long as it's managing your pain. And for some people, that will manage it a long time. For others, not so much. And then we just kind of progress through. Sometimes then the next step will be to do a cortisone injection into the joint.
Okay.
And for some people, that is great relief. They'll do that every 3 to 6 months. And sometimes you can do that for years. For other people, it just doesn't seem to work quite as well. And then they're interested in stepping up to the gel injections. And those will often work, but there's no guarantee. Sometimes an injection will work great, and 6 months later you have the exact same doctor, same injection, doesn't work, and we don't know why.
Really?
So it can be great pain relief, or it can not really do much.
Does the humidity affect it at all? You always hear people say, "Oh, it's going to rain. My arthritis is acting up."
So people tell us that all the time. The studies say that they can't really prove that people can sense it, but I have
now
so
the
many
phone's going to
patients
ring. Now the
who-
phone's going to ring.
I was going to say, I have so many patients who will say there's a storm system coming in, and they seem to be right.
Yeah.
Is arthritis age specific, or can children get this too?
Children can get it. It is related to obesity, and as we have more and more obese children,
Oh wow.
the wear on the joints. We have a orthopedic physician's assistant in town who said to me, "You can't put a 2-ton load in a half-ton truck. It's not
Oh.
going to go well." And so when you are much heavier than you're supposed to be, the impact on the joints, the weight-bearing joints of the hips and the knees, it's just too much. Our bodies weren't made for that.
The phone number is 622-9622 if you have a question, and we're talking about arthritis, the impact of arthritis on everybody. And so far it sounds like we can prevent it somewhat if we keep our weight down, right?
Well, it's tricky in prevention because we have a lot of arthritis in our athletes as well because of the trauma
Because
to
we're always
the joints.
using it. Okay, yeah.
So we don't
A
want
banjo
to-
player probably gets that thumb thing going on,
They
right?
probably do.
Dun, 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 right? We're always using that.
When people call Ocala Health, do they speak to you, Lauren, about this, and then you do the referrals?
Well, actually, I'll just jump in here. What they can do is they can call the 800 number, which is 800-530-1188. And if they need a physician referral, or they can talk to a nurse, and we'll guide them then on that.
How do they know that it's time to see a doctor? I mean, a lot of people live with pain for a while, right? So do you jump right in as soon as you feel something, or?
It's a good idea to come and see us. We'll get an x-ray and see how far along it is. Often people wait too long, And by the time they've come for help, they're past the injections, they're past physical therapy, and they're at the point of needing a replacement, and they don't want a replacement.
Oh,
so
really?
you don't want to wait
too long. Oh, really? Do you know what we don't know? We don't know how each other feels, but I have a suspicion about something. You know, when you visit somebody in the doctor, you probably have this everywhere you go, with this like the 1 to 10 scale of 1 to 10. How much does it hurt? There's a happy face on the left,
yes,
and there's a mad face on the right side, right? Okay. I'm thinking that if Robin is a 5, if she says I'm a 5, I could be hurting the exact same amount, and I would say a 10. But she doesn't know really what it is. So it looks like I hurt worse because I'm more of a wimp. Right, true. She agreed. but I'm just guessing this is probably that. How do you know as a doctor? How do you know that somebody who says they're a 5 is really a 10? You know, because Robin has gone through a lot of pain having a baby, right? That would be
That hurts.
a 20 or something, right? For me, it would have been. I mean,
Right, you off the
So if you're
scale.
rating yourself at a 5, you're probably willing to continue living with this and take more conservative measures. If you're saying you're a 10, you're probably at the point of being willing to do just about anything to make it better. It's about quality of life. So
And-
if in your perception your pain is almost unbearable, something needs to be done, even if maybe
You almost had an Irish accent right there.
I'm Canadian.
You're Canadian.
There you go. She fooled you.
It was almost Irish, though. I'm just sorry.
How do you help people when they try to self-diagnose themselves and then they come in and try to tell you what they think is going on?
With osteoarthritis, they're usually right and they will make the comment
They're
about
usually
Arthur
right.
came to visit because they've known somebody who had it. Mom had it, aunt had it. They're stiff in the morning. They have a dull aching pain. It gets better when they start walking around. If they're too active, it gets bad again. And they know somebody who has it. So that's
So they know the symptoms and
people are
everything.
usually right. When they come in and say, I think I have arthritis, they're usually right.
Oh.
Erin Zimmer is here. Erin Zimmer is here, and we're talking about arthritis. We have to take a little break. Suzanne Santangelo is also here with Lauren Debick, and we'll be right back with the three ladies talking about arthritis. If you want to call in, the number is 622-9622. On the other side of the break, we'll give you a phone number that you can call over at Ocala Health. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For this Thursday, times of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in the morning and a couple of heavier showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and early tonight. The high today 83 to 87. Partly cloudy late Thursday night, lows 69 to 73. For Friday, clouds and some sunshine with a shower and heavy thunderstorm or two in the afternoon, high 86 to 90. Saturday, variable cloudiness with a shower and thunderstorm or two, highs in the 80s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies. We're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online. Ocala's Got Talent. The semifinals are over. The finals are coming May 21st at 7 p.m. And they'll be held at the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch on Highway 301 in Sidra. We started with 10 finalists and we're down to the last 5. Tickets are only $10 each, and you can get yours at the WOCA studios. Or call us at 732-8000 and we can give you other locations where tickets are available. Remember, this is to help the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch, which in turn helps the many orphans in our area.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us #1. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
All right, 19 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, I have been pretty good health-wise my whole life, even though I don't look like I take care of myself. but I really have. But lately, I've been going to Ocala Health. I had something going on with my leg, and Dr. Joviak, who's been in here, has been helping me. Right now, if you were to look at my leg, you would see like a wrap that goes all the way from my toes to my knee, Suzanne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got
Is that that's at the wound center?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
So,
right. Very good.
And then there's another doctor helping me with a vein thing I've got going on.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well,
Never
good.
in my life. And so now I can't go swimming. It's the craziest thing.
Well, that's what happens. Little aging issues there.
No.
It happens to all of us. So.
That's right.
And this is my midlife crisis.
His son has a beard, so he's growing.
Alex
Trying
has.
to compete.
Do you know Alex?
Yes, I do know Alex. Yes.
All right, Erin Zimmer, you are on the hot seat.
Yes.
So we were talking about activities. So do you recommend that we reduce our activities? We stop running around as much?
No, not at all.
Does it help actually to exercise?
Exercise helps a lot, and one of the first things we do is recommend you go to physical therapy. Because when the joint starts to stiffen and become tender, we don't use the full range of it, and we will wear it down sooner. So if you go to physical therapy, you get some stretching, some strengthening, and they help encourage you to use the full range of the joint. It will slow down the progression of how quickly that joint's going to wear out.
What is there? There's a supplement, and I don't know. Oh, you're smiling because you probably don't like this. But I can't remember what it's called now, but they always say, it's like an infomercial thing, I think it's for knees, right?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Glucosamine chondroitin supplement.
That sounds like it, yes. And that sounded Irish. Yes. What was it called again?
Glucosamine chondroitin.
Yes. Doesn't that sound Irish?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So does that not work? And what is that? That's not from a rooster's thing, is it?
It's not from the rooster's comb. I believe it actually started out being some sort of shark cartilage, but the studies are really conflicting. For the majority of people, it doesn't seem to work, but there are a few people who it does, and it's not going to hurt you. So there's nothing wrong with trying it.
So
the other thing is turmeric. People are really big into turmeric supplements right now.
Do you think that helps?
Some people swear it works. The studies are really not conclusive on it.
So do we try to do something to lubricate it, or do we try to do something to reduce the swelling, or both?
So the gel injections, which is the rooster comb, will lubricate it. The steroid injections will reduce the swelling. And then there's a couple of new things that they're trying as well. There is one where they draw your blood, they spin it in a centrifuge, so it will separate the different parts. The red cells go to the bottom, the white to the top, the platelets and the plasma will stay in the middle. They pull that plasma out, so you have platelet-rich plasma, and they're trying to inject that into the knee to see if it will reduce the swelling and help increase the amount of lubricant the knee naturally creates.
Your own body.
How about just regular hydration? I mean, just drinking water all the time. Does that have any kind of benefit at all?
I don't know that that specifically affects the joints. It certainly helps the body in general.
And is having arthritis, is that genetic? Can it be?
It seems to run in families. I don't know that it's specifically genetic. Our lifestyles tend to run in our families as well. Our weight tends to run as a genetic thing, so it's hard to say for sure.
You would never think that if you saw my son. He's in good shape. He runs. So what about the stuff you put topically, like Bengay and that kind of stuff?
You know, those can provide a lot of pain relief, and they're more or less harmless. So they're a great place to start.
Is it psychological? I mean, does it really do something?
No, it really does. You know, being in Ocala, a lot of people like horse liniment. That seems to help.
Horse liniment?
Yes.
My daughter likes that too. She uses it.
Is this made for horses or made from horses? Why has it got the name horse in it?
It's made for horses.
For horses,
Yep.
okay. What's it made
Bengays, biofreezes, anything that causes an increase in heat or coolness. There are a lot of topical ibuprofens that you can rub on the joint that will also help. And they're not as hard on the kidneys as an ibuprofen or a Motrin, Aleve, anything like that you take by mouth.
Do you take? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so we like those for mild osteoarthritis pain. Once it's severe, it's hard to manage
reversible?
with that.
I mean, aside from the surgery, is there a way to reverse it?
They are actually doing stem cell injections now to see if we can reverse it.
And how's that working out?
It's quite new.
Is it?
So
I think Brad Nimmo had that.
I think so too, yeah.
In his knees. He went down to a place in Clearwater.
It's tricky. The insurance is not covering it. It's very pricey.
Where do they get it from? Where do stem cells come from?
So your stem cells, they actually take out of your hip bone. They put a very large needle into the bone marrow inside your hip bone and pull it out from there. And our stem cells can become any part of the body that they're injected into.
Oh.
They're
Really?
quite amazing. They're what makes us. And so they can take them out of the hip bone and, in theory, inject them into the knee and regenerate the cartilage.
Wow. How about people that are wheelchair bound or they're paraplegics? We know a young man who's 17 now and he's in a wheelchair when he races, and so he's zooming all over the place. Should he be leery about the fact he might get arthritis?
Could be in his elbows, right? In his case.
I was actually just thinking his shoulders and his elbows for him will probably be.
He's like an Olympian.
They're getting a lot of use.
Yeah.
He's so fast. Did you go to the Ocala Christmas parade, anybody?
Didn't get there this year. Was he?
Well, you know how before the Christmas parade there's that run, the reindeer run? Well, there was one guy in a wheelchair, and we were broadcasting from there, and I didn't even know who I was looking at, but this guy went, phew! I mean, he was flying
fast.
down the road in a wheelchair. Turns out it was the young man Robert was referring to, who is the son of a guy who does, well, he's a mechanic, but he also does a radio show here on cars. And yeah, he was in like a motocross accident and became paralyzed from his
waist
chest down to his waist down. I can't remember, but he's developed this ability to go really fast, Olympic speed. He's possibly going to be in the Olympics in Brazil.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that something?
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, he's an amazing guy.
So what can he do then to keep arthritis from forming? I mean, even though he's
Or any of us.
exercising.
Any of us
Yeah.
do,
How do we do that?
We maintain our ideal body weight. We don't get too heavy. And we
So look at
remain
me, yeah.
active. I'm not looking
I'm
at
sorry, I'm just teasing. I do a radio show. It's my job to just be goofy.
we stay active.
After, when I'm not on I have a pipe. I'm real serious. I read books. I'm sorry.
How about when a woman gets pregnant? I mean, you've got all this extra weight going on. Should we be doing something differently throughout the pregnancy?
Usually when women get pregnant, we tell them they can maintain whatever activity they're already doing, but not to take up anything new.
Oh, okay. So if they're runners, it's a good thing for them
They can keep
to
doing
run.
it.
Oh, okay.
Our listeners know, just so you know, that we goof. But what they also know that we take the serious message seriously. So if you really are somebody who's suffering from arthritis, you know somebody who is, share this video with that person or watch it again for yourself and get the good information. The best thing, though, is to call Ocala Health. And do we toss it to you, Lauren? Do you want to do that?
Absolutely.
Do that part?
If you have any questions, any additional concerns about arthritis or other healthcare needs, feel free to give us a call at 800-530-1188.
Very good. And do we ask for anything, or how is this a doctor referred thing?
Yeah, it's our health line,
Okay.
and you can get a physician referral there. If you don't have a primary care physician, we can offer that to you, help you find one in your area and who takes your insurance. Then we can also, there's a nurse that mans the line 24/7. So if you have any general questions about any type of medical condition, we can help you answer those questions too.
I called that number. That's how I ended up where I went.
See? Oh, also too, that's where you can sign up for all of our events and education classes too.
Oh, okay.
And will you be able to go to different organizations and speak to them about Ocala Health and what you offer, the programs in the community, like to the Kiwanis Club or the Rotary,
Sure,
things like that?
They can get in touch with us by calling this 800 number as well. Sure.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Suzanne Santangelo, good to see you again.
Good to see
Looking
you.
beautiful as
Thank
always.
you.
Lauren Debick, nice to meet you.
to meet
look
you as
beautiful
well.
as well. Three beautiful ladies. Erin Zimmer, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You did good. You were a little bit nervous, weren't you?
I was a little nervous.
But you're so beautiful. Thank you for coming in and helping us understand arthritis.
Thank you.
Next time I'll ask you what you like to do for fun. All right, we'll take a little break and we will be right back. You're listening to The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For this Thursday, times of clouds and sun with a shower or thunderstorm in the morning and a couple of heavier showers and thunderstorms this afternoon and early tonight. The high today, 80.